High in the rugged, wind-swept reaches of the Himalayas, where jagged peaks pierce the sky and icy winds howl through barren valleys, there moves a creature so elusive it is known as the ghost of the mountains. This is the snow leopard, Panthera uncia, master of stealth and survival. Cloaked in a thick, pale coat, mottled with rosettes and spots, the snow leopard blends almost seamlessly into the rocky landscape, a living shadow whose presence is detected more often by faint paw prints in the snow than by human eyes. The Himalayas are a land of extremes. Here, life clings tenaciously to the steep slopes and narrow ridges, and every living being must adapt to survive. For the snow leopard, this adaptation is an art form honed over millennia. Its powerful limbs and long, flexible tail grant it the agility to scale near vertical cliffs, leap across yawning chasms, and navigate treacherous scree slopes with ease. Each step is silent and purposeful, every movement calculated to conserve energy and avoid detection. As the sun rises over the frozen peaks, painting the mountains in hues of gold and rose, the snow leopard awakens from its rocky shelter. The harsh cold of the night lingers, but the cat's dense fur insulates it from the chill. Hunger gnaws at its belly, and instinct drives it to set out in search of food. The snow leopard's diet is as varied as the landscape it inhabits. Blue sheep, also known as bharal, ibex, and argali sheep, form the staple of its diet. But it will also hunt marmots, hares, and even birds when larger prey is scarce. Moving in silence, the snow leopard patrols its vast territory, covering dozens of kilometers in a single day. Its keen senses, sharp eyesight, acute hearing, and a finely tuned sense of smell guide it as it surveys the slopes for signs of prey. The blue sheep graze on sparse alpine grass, ever wary of danger. Snow leopards are ambush predators, relying on stealth rather than speed. The cat crouches low, inching forward with infinite patience, using rocks and snowdrifts as cover. Every muscle tenses as it waits for the perfect moment to strike. Suddenly, the snow leopard explodes from its hiding place, a blur of fur and muscle. The startled sheep scatter, but the leopard focuses on a single target, a young ram lagging behind the herd. With a powerful bound, the cat closes the distance, its strong forelimbs latching onto the prey. The struggle is brief and silent. In these mountains, efficiency means survival. The snow leopard drags its kill to a secluded spot, away from scavengers and prying eyes. Here, it will feast, consuming up to 20% of its body weight in a single meal. What remains will be cached for later, a precious reserve in a land where food is never guaranteed. Yet, the snow leopard's mastery of its domain is not without challenges. For centuries, the relationship between humans and snow leopards has been marked by tension and conflict. The same isolation that protects the snow leopard also shelters pastoral communities, whose livelihoods depend on livestock grazing in the high pastures. When wild prey is scarce, snow leopards sometimes turn to sheep, goats, or yaks, sparking resentment among herders. Traditional hunting practices, passed down through generations, have long targeted the wildlife of the Himalayas. Armed with snares, traps, and bows, hunters once viewed the snow leopard as both a threat and a prize. Its luxurious pelt and bones coveted in illegal markets, have driven population declines, while retaliatory killings, herders seeking revenge for lost livestock, take a further toll. Recent studies indicate that hundreds of snow leopards have been lost each year to poaching and conflict, pushing the species ever closer to the brink. But the story of the snow leopard is also one of hope and resilience. Across the Himalayas, a new understanding is taking root, one that recognizes the snow leopard not as an adversary, but as an integral part of the mountain ecosystem. Conservation organizations and local communities are working together to find solutions that honor both tradition and the needs of the present. Initiatives like Snow Leopard Enterprises empower herders to produce handicrafts from livestock wool, providing an alternative income that reduces the temptation to hunt or retaliate against snow leopards. Grazing reserves have been established to replenish wild ungulate populations, easing the pressure on livestock and restoring balance to the food chain. These efforts are bearing fruit. In areas where conservation programs have taken hold, locals now act as stewards of the mountains, monitoring snow leopard populations and protecting their habitats. Community rangers, once hunters themselves, now track the movements of the big cats, gathering vital data and teaching others about the importance of coexistence. The snow leopard, in turn, rewards these efforts by helping to maintain the delicate ecological balance that sustains life in the Himalayas, controlling herbivore populations and fostering healthy grasslands. Yet, challenges remain. The relentless march of development, roads, mining, and expanding settlements threatens to fragment the snow leopard's habitat. Climate change, too, casts a long shadow, altering weather patterns and the distribution of prey. The snow leopard's survival is inextricably linked to the health of the mountains themselves, and the fate of both hangs in the balance. In the waning light of dusk, as the mountains are bathed in the soft glow of twilight, the snow leopard moves once more, invisible to all but the most patient observer. It is a symbol of endurance and grace, a creature whose very existence speaks to the wild, untamed heart of the Himalayas. Its story is not just one of predation, but of adaptation, conflict, and ultimately the possibility of harmony between people and wildlife. To witness a snow leopard on the hunt is to glimpse a world shaped by extremes, a world where survival is a daily challenge and every living being has its place. It is a reminder that even in the most remote corners of the earth, the threads that bind life together are fragile and must be cherished and protected. The snow leopard remains a guardian of the high Himalayas, an enduring mystery whose continued presence depends on the choices we make today. Subscribe to the channel for more fancy videos.